Good morning! Good morning! Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we're live here. We're live over there. We're live everywhere. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Sorry for the delay on starting the stream. I have been all over the place. But that's okay. I already have comments. I already have comments, by the way. First and foremost, I want to say hi Kate, hi Dallas, hi Siska, hi Dale, hi Hans, hi Peter. You got that coming, Peter. Don't you think that I didn't see you changing your name? Peter. Is that's it's essentially now required for me to make that joke now. It's freaking sweet. It was all part of the plan. Masterful gambit there, Peter. Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to Creative Hours, the part of the stream, the show, where I work on my creative projects. Everything's going according to Keikaku. It's true. Okay, fellas, we have a big day ahead of us. I guess I should first catch up, though. Let me double check that everything did in fact go live everywhere, and then we'll just dive in. It did! Perfect. In that case, let's just dive right in. It's already 11 a.m. in sunny California. Let's just jump in at the count of 3, 2, 1. Boop. Hello, Oh. That's right. That's right, Maxi. That's right, Batman. I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot to put my camera on. Incredible. Maxi, for how long have you been streaming, Maxi? I guess not long enough. Did I even take my pills this morning? Oh, what a disaster this stream already is. I didn't take my pills in the morning. Hi Sapphire. Hi Star. Yeah, it's a lot of combinations. Yeah. There we go. Am I alive again? Okay. Let me just double check that everything is in fact. So there you go. Hello everyone. Welcome in. The name is Maxi. Pronouns are they them. Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Creative Hours, the stream where I work on my creative projects. So nice to see you all. How you been? How was your weekend? So first and foremost, let me just dive in and let you know that the stream schedule for this week is right here. It is wrong. I'm not streaming on Thursday at 1 p.m. It is at 11 a.m. as always.
I've been waiting for this.
That one's for PETA. So as you already know, Mondays don't exist in this timeline. That's right. Maxi works 7 days a week. No, I work 6 days a week. Because Monday is deleted. I have deleted Monday, by the way. Hi, Lane. Welcome in. If this is your first time, please check the rules in the description. Or perish. Monday does not exist, by the way. Peter says Maxi lives in the timeline where Garfield won. I like that. You know what? PETA, congratulations, by the way. You are the first quote of the day. That's pretty good. I like that. So it's gonna be Peter, parentheses, PETA 2025. Congratulations, welcome to being quoted. Sun GN. Siska says Mondays for kissing monsters. It's true. Actually, Siska, I didn't tell you yesterday, but I was actually I did in fact catch you and Auntie are playing MonsterCon yesterday. I just didn't say anything because I was feeling very much under the weather yesterday. I figured, oh my gosh, the way that Siska's like, I knew you were watching. There was an air of insert the thing that Pope said once. Yo, no worries, Sapphire. Go get some cleaning done. I respect that here. So yeah, by the way, the stream for this week is as follows. The sign today. Does the music feel loud to anyone else? I knew Siska was gonna finish the joke, thank you. Sedamon, the sign today. Nothing tomorrow. On Thursday, I'm continuing my Dark Souls collab. Co-op, seamless co-op with Plixworth and Siska. Maxi, where's the thumbnail? I don't have it ready, but instead, here's the last thumbnail. Siska requested that I made the next thumbnail look like this. I'm gonna redraw this top frame. Parry this, you filthy casual, but instead of Parry the platypus, is gonna be me all scrungly. I feel like that's the way to do it. I'm also gonna flip it so the payoff is delayed, you know? You read it, you look, and then you look across and then you see the payoff. Siska says, oh yeah guys, get ready to be sick of me by the end of the week. What do you mean? Because on Saturday, I'm playing D&D with Siska. That's right, we're going back to the Dungans and the Daigans, by the way. That's not Parry the platypus, it's just a normal platypus. You're so right. That's just a regular platypus. It's so true. And on Sunday, if I still have energy and the will to live, I will play Monster Hunter with Nomiya and Chippy and Kitty on Nomiya's channel. Please be excited for that. That's it. I've been working on Sedamon in the background very seriously, so I don't really have a lot else to do on stream. So I'm spending time with my friends instead. As for other things that have been going on, I'm studying the blade. I drew this guy yesterday. I'm studying one of my favorite Pokemon sprite styles is Generation 2. I am aware of that, Hans. I am aware of that. I like the sprites from Gen 2, so I'm like mimicking, you know. I essentially redrew the sprite, you know. No, they didn't trace it or nothing. I just kind of looked at the shapes and I went yes. And a big shout outs to everyone who reposted this on Blue Sky. It did very good numbers. He came out very good, and I'm looking forward to drawing more of them. Nintendo Switch Direct Voice later today. So that's me. That's the boy right there. Is there anything else I need to tell you? You know what, actually? Let me hide my screen so I can show you a little something, okay? So, this last weekend, by the way, in case you're wondering, Maxi, when are we gonna get started with work? In a minute. I'm doing the part of the stream where I'm catching you up on what I did last weekend. Come on. Anyways. So my weekend, my life has been two things, okay? First and foremost, I need a good image of this game. Can I get a good image of this game? You know what? This image is nondescript enough. Let's go with this. And this one is also pretty nondescript, actually. So that, and then I'm going to show you a Pokemon card. Mr. Mime 151 full art. There we go. Can I get a high definition version of this image, please, so that everyone can see what I'm looking at? The official Pokemon Company, good enough for me. All right, it's scrunchy, but that's life. And this is good enough. Perfect. I can show you the screen. So, Maxi, what has your life been, Maxi, for the last week or so? So I haven't told anyone, and I'm making this very clear right now, okay? I'm telling you what I've been up to. I will ban anyone who decides to be an asshole about what I've been doing this week. So, ever since the release of this game, my wife and I have been non-stop playing the 100 line, Last Defense Academy. We have been playing the game non-stop. Every night we check in for our work shift at the 100 line, Last Defense Academy. We are currently at 2 out of 100 endings. No, you did not mishear that. This game apparently has 100 endings. We have gotten 2 of them with about 50 hours of playing. My wife and I are playing it together. If anybody... We got Maxi to stop working for a day. Shut up. This game is very good. I have been very much enjoying it. From the creators of Danganronpa and Zero Escape. Turns out, yeah, they made something very good. Is it like Star Ocean 2 where you can get multiple at a time? No. No. There are branching paths, and eventually you'll unlock a story tree where you can go back to previous choices, but Kitty and I have probably spent 20 hours in one timeline with no no, like, we keep picking choices, and he keeps branching off, and we haven't hit a second bad ending, so I don't know. Anyways, I will not talk about it anymore, because I don't want anyone to spoil me or to spoil anyone. I've had a little fun with it. Yeah, I actually have Pokemon Pisces is actually on my list of games to check out, actually. Anyway, so, what else have I been up to? This, literally, Born to Free Time, Forced to War. Other than that, my incredible wife and I went to a Pokemon card trading event in a nearby city, nondescript city. We're going to call it, Fumork Biddy. Fumork Biddy. We went to Fumork Biddy. And one of the cards that I traded for was this Mr. Mime full art. This is a card of 3 Mr. Mimes playing chess in the park. I love it. This should be in a museum. It's 3 Mr. Mimes playing chess. It's so good. I also got a bunch of trainers because I like the full art trainer cards. Other than that, my wife. So here's the dealio. Right now, hey there. If you want to collect Pokemon cards right now, my number 1 tip is don't do it. My second tip is buy singles, brother, because if you want to buy product to rip, congratulations, you're wasting money. Anyways. Peter is like, actually, that's 2 Mr. Mimes playing chess. Okay, listen now, Peter. So, Kitty has been collecting Pokemon cards for a long time. Oh, this is in Portuguese! Barreira de Mímica. Anyways, so Kitty, my beautiful, amazing, sexy wife, had essentially a bunch of duplicates, extra Pokemon cards from like the last 15 years. So we went to this trading event, and you know, some people who had cards for trade would be like, "Hey, I can sell you the card, or we can trade cards for it." And we had never done the trading part, but Kitty, being incredible, smart, beautiful, and sexy, prepared a binder with all the cards that she just wanted to get rid of, and looked up the prices in advance the night before. And I don't know how to explain this in any other concept, so I'm just gonna tell you. Normally when we go to a Pokemon event like this, we spend money. We came back with more money. Yeah, no. We went through a bunch of different stalls, a bunch of different peoples, and this one guy, we showed him the binder for trade, and then he opens the binder and immediately does like a double take. And he says, and I quote, "Damn, didn't know you were bringing fire today." And literally, the guy was like, "Okay, are you willing to sell?" Yeah, so we came out of that exchange. Normally, I don't like to talk about money, but I want to explain to you how absurd that exchange was. We came out of that with like $200 cash. The guy was like, "Please, let me buy these cards, please." And not all of them were like, Pokemon TCG investing. No, a couple of them were like, "Holy crap, I don't have that Latios." Yeah, so that was good. The really funny thing, and again, we'll get to the science session in a moment, okay? But one of the things that I found that really tickled me is that I have been around Pokemon since the beginning because I'm old. So there are cards that to me are nothing special. The Ancient Mew card is nothing special to me. I don't think it's special or unique. Ancient Mew card. Like, everyone I knew owned a copy of the Ancient Mew card. So to me, it's never been anything special. Let me go show it to you on the other tab. It is this card. Isn't that card kind of bad? I don't know. I've been around this block so many times that I don't know if it's good or bad. Nonetheless, packing up my bundle as an Ancient Mew enjoyer, I'm not hating on the card. Also, hi Chippy, I love ya. How you doing, Chip up? I'm not hating on it. It's just that for me, this card is nothing special. So when we found this one guy, and I say the following with all the love in the world. In order to collect Pokemon cards, you have to have a little bit of the tism, okay? You have to have a little bit of the tism to collect cards. This guy had a lot of tism, right? He was like analyzing the cards, like legitimately like checking the quality for them, like, you know, like and God bless him, right? He seemed like a legitimately fun guy. So when we showed Kitty's trade binder, he fucking freaked out at this card. He was like, he was like, dude, you have 3 Ancient Mews here? Yes, Kitty had not 1, not 2. Kitty had 3 Ancient Mews in magnificent condition, I must add. For trade. You know? So the guy was like, holy crap, I'll trade you that for sure. So the biggest get from the card convention, honestly, is that my lovely, incredible, beautiful wife is collecting. I have to show you another thing. Yukamori Pokemon cards. I love the serendipity. Like, you have to go outside and put yourself out in the world, fellas, because you miss on the serendipity of life, okay? So my beautiful, amazing wife is collecting cards by the artist Yukamori. Yukamori is a unique Pokemon artist in that she doesn't create like drawings. She makes Pokemon out of clay and then photographs those Pokemon in the real world, and that's what the art for those cards is. Her name is Yukamori. She has been doing this since literally the year 2000. Her artwork has been in museums. So Kitty is collecting every single Yukamori card there's ever been. This one is really expensive. This is a chase, by the way. So so we're collecting these, right? And over the course of this trade event, we really didn't find any. Until right after we talked to the guy who freaked out about the Ancient Mew. Because as we were trading, this like lovely femme comes up to us and goes, hey, would you be willing to trade? They weren't a vendor. They were just a normal person with a binder. So we go over to a table. I want to highlight the serendipity, okay? There were multiple tables we could have stood at or sat at. We picked the last one on the right. We sat down, and there on that table is another femme with a pile of cards. And, you know, they seem to just be having a nice time. As we sit down and start talking, they offer us random cards from their pile, which I thought was really nice and sweet. And Kitty looks over at that pile of cards, and there, on that pile, is the War Madame, is this card. A card Kitty did not have. So Kitty goes, holy crap, I'll trade you for that card. I'm collecting those specific cards. And then the femme who was at the table, not the one we were trading with, the one at the table who gave us the cards for free, was like, oh, you're collecting those? That girl over there is collecting those, and she has a pile of dupes. You should go ask her. So we complete our trades. Sidebar, by the way, sidebar. So my lovely, beautiful, amazing wife, Kitty, she worked at Toys R Us. I feel like I can just say that now. She worked at Toys R Us before it fell into oblivion, before it was sent to the Shadow Realm by the trading card gods. And Kitty worked at Toys R Us when they were doing the Pokemon TCG events. So when Toys R Us closed, Kitty walked out of Toys R Us with multiple boxes filled with the Toys R Us promo cards. The Toys R Us Charmander promo card, which is a regular Charmander card, but it has the Toys R Us stamp on it. That card is worth like $35 right now, which is insane. So we did a bunch of trades with that one first fam, and like they were delighted to get like that specific Charmander. Again, it's always about context, right? Value is all about context. So we wrap up that trade. And then we go to the person we were pointed to, and that person is incredibly sweet, incredibly kind. Literally goes, oh yeah, no, yeah, I'm collecting Yukamoris. I haven't had a lot of luck in these conventions. I've had a lot of conventions in insert real world location I'm not gonna name because I don't want to get doxxed. And then she literally fanned all of her dupes and was like, you can take whatever you want. Kitty came out of that with like 7 new cards that she didn't have, and of course we didn't let her like get away with it. I believe I remember saying, I'm not gonna let you get away with this, and we forced her to take a couple cards from Kitty's trade binder. So, all because we went to a specific area and we traded with one specific person, and then someone else wanted to trade with us and we picked a specific table. Man, this is why you gotta put yourself out there in the world, fellas. You gotta put yourself out there in the world, because that's how you get beautiful things happening in your life, okay? That's a nice story. It is. I can't believe it happened. I can't believe it happened. And then the even funnier thing is that my parents, literally while we were in the convention, I didn't know my parents were getting back to from Mexico literally that same day. So after that, I'm like, dude, the convention's over. Let's go have food with my parents. So we went and we had lunch with my parents. Yo, hi Kate, welcome in. You missed story time, but that's okay. Dude, the real big story of the week is that Cade has his top surgery already scheduled. Let's freaking go! That's right. Welcome back to the Cade Power Hour. That's right, fellas. Yeah. Cade says it's scheduled. I'm so fucking excited. I'm so happy for you, friendo. Legitimately. I am so happy. I'm so happy I could jump and do a backflip, but that would probably break every single one of my bones. Also, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has vibes from this card, by the way. Anyways, so that's good. That's good. And then look at this asshole, by the way. Look at this absolute asshole. Hell yeah. Yo, Kate, if you do another stream, I will be there hanging out with you, because that last stream was very, 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 very fun. I love this guy. He came out really cute, huh? I like the shape economy of Gen 2 Pikachu, okay? He isn't as round as Gen 1, we can all agree on this, but he's still like the shape economy, man. He's round, he's sharp. He's got points. He's got shapes on his face. The one thing I added that wasn't on the sprite was a shine on top of the nose and then the darkness under the chin. I feel like that was sorely needed in this particular little chubby guy. Nonetheless, fellas, welcome. Welcome to Creative Hours. I'm your host, I'm Kirin. Today we're going to be working not on Pokemans, but instead, we're going to be continuing work on Sadamon, my upcoming tabletop role-playing game about collecting little effed up little creatures. And in this effed up little world, you also, the Sedimans, it's true, the Sedimans. In this world, you encounter Sadamon. The shade beneath his chin could be facial hair. How dare you? No way! That is absolute no way. I'm vetoing Hans's comment. I could draw him with a beard if you would like. Anybody ever drawn Pikachu with a beard? Anyways, in the world of Sadamon, you encounter creatures, and the game will be built in with some creatures already like in there. But the big draw of the game is that you can create your very own little fucked up little guys using the creature creation system. So, Maxi, what have you been working on / doing since the last time we chatted? So, I had a couple of really tough meetings with Kitty, because I had basically prototyped like 3 different versions that the creature creation system could work, and none of them felt right. So I had not 1 but 2 meetings back to back with Kitty, where I was like, Kitty, this is not working. What do we do? And I say that it was a hard meeting because we both arrived at the same realization. There is one path forward that is satisfactory, but it's also the hardest path forward. And so I found myself wondering what many creative people do. Am I a coward? I am not a coward. So we will do it the hard way. And so, let us begin the next phase of our journey. We have, oh yeah, you guys don't even know about the body types. Holy crap. You don't even know about the body types. You don't even know about the body types. I think this is safe for me to show you this. Yeah, there you go. You don't even know about the body types. I should probably catch up on the body types. So I had a big meeting with my friends, and the big goal of this was essentially where body types changed. I basically have committed to what body types the game will have. I committed to the ones that are gonna be in the game. I put out a document for my lovely creative friends, and they gave me a lot of good feedback. And then I ran through this again with Kitty, and we effectively decided on. You can see. You can This is why I didn't want to show that version of the document. All right. If you're wondering why the VOD isn't up, you definitely didn't see anyone's name in there, by the way. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it, okay? Hans is gonna go get a drink. Perfect. Literally, like, what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes into the stream, Maxi? Maxi, what happened, Maxi? It's just that it showed the comments of a friend of mine. And it might have shown their name. I believe they go by their name, but nonetheless, I probably should not make this choice for them. That's what a good friend does. What a good friend does not dox their friends on the internet. At least that's what I like to believe. Maxi, why are you so zoomed in? I'm zoomed in because I am blocking whose name it is. So anyways, I had a big meeting with Kitty, and we essentially decided on all the body types that remain in the game. I want to give a big shout out to my friends who helped me figure out all these goddamn things. And having decided on all the body types, it was time for us to advance to the next stage, I believe. Which was figuring out all of the traits that appear in the game. Hi, Fadeleaf, welcome in.
Welcome back.
So, I have not one, I have multiple, I have multiple sheets. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Thankfully, the sheets get better over time. So, I have a preliminary list right here. We're gonna clean it up right now, okay? Faithleaf asks, which trait / body type is for this Sadamon is actually multiple guys at once? Fancy you ask that. Fancy that you ask that, Fadeleaf. It really sounded like I forgot what Fadeleaf's name was. I didn't. I just have to go back to this document and just view. There we go. This way I'm not doxing anyone. Perfect. Oh my god. Turns out all you have to do is just not dox your friends. Alright, so the category that you're asking for is the Gemini. The Gemini Sadamon. The Gemini Sadamon are all, except for a few of them that are just like weird amorphous boys, a bunch of them are just pretty much multiples of little guys. For instance, you can have a school of Pisces or Cancer Sadamon, namely fish and or crab. Yes, there is Hydras. Hydras are in the game. You're welcome. Colony is for the bugs, aka the Scorpios. Bonded pair, by the way, is for Aries, Leo, and Taurus. And multiple is for the Libra, which is all the weird boys. Libras, like guys that are just a head, a torso, a thing, a guy that looks like food. Yeah. So we have that, by the way. Phalanx marches on, you got it. Is bonded pair like Mousehold? You got it. So there you go. Elaine says, I feel attacked. I like guys who look like food. Honestly, the body type pantry might be the best idea that I had in this whole document, by the way. There's some changes that are on this list that I haven't made yet. Yo, hi Jada. Hello, welcome in. How you doing? I have a couple changes that I decided with Kitty. Let me go. So we follow the general rule. Can't wait to make the edible crew. You got it. So the thing is that, like, okay, so I want to make this very clear, okay? I understand that for a lot of people, the fun is gonna be, hey Max, look at the weird messed up guy that I made. But I want you to understand that, like, it's intentional. Like, why aren't the captions working? Why are you running? Why are you running? There you go. Like I'm expecting you to make fucked up little guys. I'm making fucked up little guys in the base game. For instance, I have promised to everyone that I am making the 3-step evolution Schnook, which is like a spectral hand holding a pair of scissors, which evolves to Schnick Schnack, which is a hand holding a pair of scissors and holding a rock, and finally evolves into the masterful Schnick Schnack Schnook. And if you know, you know. And that would definitely be a multiple. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. There's enough combinations to beat 1 billion lions. Yeah. Spectral ham. Could you imagine? So I will say the general rule that we did for this, by the way, is that every zodiac sign had 8 body types, and as we all know, because we're all math people on the stream, 8 times 12 is 96, which left us with 4 body types. So I sat down with Kitty, we reviewed the entire list, and we decided on the last 4 body types that were not represented anywhere else on the list. And we ended up settling for 1 super weirdo and 3 kind of strange dudes, okay? Fate Leaf says Serpentarius. I have clarified this in the past, but I will do it again. Serpentarius is the zodiac sign for the player race. Because you are in fact playing as Sadamon number 0, Human, the communication Sadamon. And that only has the Serpentarius sign. So that is, in fact, by the way, there's actually a little bit of lore in there with the idea of Serpentarius is really important to the culture of Sadamon, but we'll get there. Haven't even had a chance to talk about the world, because we're talking about mechanics. Elaine asks, will this game be soloable? You know it. This game is built to be solo. And it will function similarly to Ironsworn. It is not an Ironsworn game, but you will see the DNA in there. I mean, like, why break what isn't... What fix what isn't broken? Ironsworn basically gives a nice groundwork, you know, moves, etc, etc, etc. I am also bringing a lot of the mechanics and ideas from DSM, the game that I released recently. So, the 4 body types that won the body type war, by the way, and got to be accepted into the final pantheon, were Bat, because there really wasn't a body type for Bat. And I know what you're thinking, Maxi, why don't you just put it under Flying Squirrel in Aries? It doesn't really fit there. Stag, for the Taurus Sadamons, because there really wasn't like a slender, 4-legged, horned creature. And that leaves us with the last 2 weird ones. And there was actually specifically one body type that I didn't think about, no one else thought about except for Kitty, and that is actually tripod. A creature that has 3 legs. Like the aliens from the War of the Worlds. And I'm like, you know what? That's weird enough to put in there, so tripod is one of the body types. And the last body type that's been added, it's another special body type. It is the Chimera body type, where you combine 2 body types and you basically break the difference between both of them. And that right there is all the body types that are going to be in the game. Now that we have the body types, we have to decide what bonuses each of them gives, but that first also requires us to come up with what all the bonuses are. So here we go. Chimeras are going to be hilarious. That's why it's going to be a 1 out of 100 chance of you to get it. Much like, there's also a bunch of weirdos here, like Hydra is also just a 1 in 100 chance, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. Even better than shinies. There you go. Maxi, will there be shinies in this game? Don't talk to me about shinies, okay? Now, I've talked about this before, but like shinies work in Pokemon because it's a video game. Gonna make a Hydra Chimera by BRB. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that. But anyways, we will talk about that. Yeah, thank you, Kate. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream, by the way. It helps a lot. So, I have a preliminary list of as many traits as I could think of. And we have some here, but we're gonna have to come up with more. So, let me walk you through some preliminary, we're calling them perks/traits, by the way. Essentially, the stats that your Satamon have are pre-built based on their traits. Your starting body type will give you a handful of them. Reject game design, embrace GURPS. There you go. So, for instance, different body types will give you a starting size, and that starting size gives you, some specific bonuses, and it will also give you a locomotion, which is, what mode of transportation your Satamon uses, and it will give you a couple other things. So that's the idea. Going back to the idea of shinies, by the way, I want to add rare species to the game, but I feel like before I start worrying about how to make special unique guys, I should first make the regular guys. I think we can worry about that. You love that there's the roll locomotion. Yeah, if you're just the head, how do you move? You just roll around. I feel like I know it sounds funny, but I like it. So I struggled, and I fought to decide how the stat allocation should be. And I came up with essentially a best of 3 format, which is to say that a perk can give you a bonus to one of your main attributes or stats, which is HP, defense, evasion, and speed. It can give you a bonus to one of the 3 attacking types, sharp, crush, and blast. Or it can give you 2 skill bonuses, either to the same skill or to different skills. The skills are as follows. Movement skills: run, jump, climb, swim, fly, and dig. And utility skills: sneak, play, lure, repel, light, sense, and ESP. Fadeleaf asks, you can have multiple modes. I think, although I absolutely recognize that you are correct, Donphan as a Pokemon is able to walk on 4 legs and also roll. I think for simplicity, we're gonna pick whichever is the coolest. And I think that for Donphan, rolling is just inherently cooler than anything else. So for a creature like Donphan, it would be roll instead of, 2 legs. Sorry, 4 legs. Anyways. So we have a lot of traits to go through. We have to decide skin or surface of the creature, limbs, extremities, sensors, sharpness, We have a lot of stuff to do, fellas, and we have to make one of these lists for every single zodiac sign. So it's gonna be very fun. But I think once we get going, it's gonna get a lot, it's gonna get, easier. I know that I just put one of the traits as beautiful. I know. So this should be reverse engineerable for the SRD. Oh yeah. No. Dallas, you have activated my trap card, by the way. So in order to create rare species, let me zoom out. In order to create rare species, you have to be able to recreate the creature from scratch. Every Satamon is gonna have an ID. The ID is literally a code that tells you what bonuses it gained or what specific perks it has. You will record the code as you make the guy, and that way, if somebody wants to play with that design or create a rare species for it, they will use that code. That's the way that I'm thinking of doing it. Oh, Traveler, there you go. Elaine asks, oh, you thought it was beautiful. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Damn, Maxi, you can't just take a... These NBs, they just can't take a compliment, man. There's going to be combat in the game. So let me give you the big pitch for the game right now, okay? It gives me a chance to zoom out and give you the general picture, okay? The world of Satamon is a world of adventure and discovery. You'll be playing as a person living in this world, who, for one reason or another, you are accompanied by the little creatures of this world, Satamon. There will be combat in the game, combat against wild creatures, combat against fellow trainers. There's also going to be roleplay. Skills are rolled out of combat for you to overcome problems, such as crossing a river with the skill swim, or dig yourself out of prison using the ability dig. Or break out of prison by having your Satamon use its ESP to get the key from the jailer's belt using telekinesis. Lastly, I'm emulating as much of creature creating collecting games. Do you go to prison for tax evasion? That's up to you in your setting. The answer is yes. Instead of you trading Satamon directly with another player, instead you trade records. So as you create Satamon in your own world, you can in fact share those Satamon with someone else. And I think that's dope as hell. And because of the way that the combat has been created and designed, you will be able to engage in PvP combat against fellow real life players. So you could actually, meet up on Discord and do, Satamon fights with your friends. Perhaps Fade Leaf. There's something to think about. Oh no, poor Siska. Siska says, somebody send me motivation. I'm in animation purgatory. I love you, Siska, and I believe in you, and I know you got this, okay? Also, if you're feeling really, really bad, take a break, okay? Speaking of taking a break, I've been talking for 43 minutes, and I have yet to start the timer. So instead of starting the timer now, I'm gonna get up and stretch. Please join me in getting off of your chair for just 2 seconds. Okay. I'm up on my feet. I'm stretching my legs. I am drawing circles with my hips in the way that Chippy taught me. Really makes you realize how sore your hips are. All right. That feels good. So, I do realize that the starting size is actually maybe not. We'll see. Drawing circles with your hips. Now that's artistic talent. Thank you, Jada. So where do we begin with this, Maxi? I think that, by the way, today's gonna be one of those streams where like there's a lot of room for thank you for the quote, Kate. Thank you. Thank you. This is gonna be a stream with a lot of viewer participation because I need ideas, so feel free to yell at me. Please let's ignore this first chunk over here. We can worry about how these. I have ideas for these, but I don't want to worry about these for now. Okay, we're gonna just darken these a little bit. So how many modes of transport of locomotion can you think of, by the way? Satamon that are on 2 legs. Makes sense. 4 legs, many legs. That way we don't worry about like, more than 4. It's fine, okay? Flippers, wings, they slither around. If there's a better word for that, I don't know. Do wheels count? I'm gonna go on a limb and say that rolling counts as wheels. I'm just gonna go with that. Bouncing? Fadeleaf says, drive. The Satamon has wheels or treads. Let me think about that. Ooh. Kitty sent me a message? What did Kitty say? Ah, that's incredible. Anyways. I don't know if I want to have drive. So you could have a Satamon drive you around. I'm gonna be entirely honest. The rules for riding around the Satamon is that it has to be large in size, and it uses one of the movement skills. So if you're riding on the back of a Rapidash, it's using running. Yo, that's crazy, Cade. I love that. Propulsion like an octopus? How would you call the proportion that the propulsion that an octopus uses? It is not flippers, you're right. I wonder if, because the way that I envision Slither, by the way, how did I envision Slither? Slithering gave you a bonus to, oh, by the way, body has been removed from the game, by the way. Originally, I had a stat called Body that was there as a catch-all for all of the attacking moves that were like not specialized. I realized that basically required me to make a whole list of moves that kind of sucked inherently, that were not as good as the rest of the moves. And I thought, you know what? Why don't we just make Body Slam? Really is just crushing your enemy with your body. So I just combine Body into Crush. Fadeleaf says, I mean, Satamon could have literal rocket engine movement like Celesteela. That is fair. Propulsion. It could be propulsion, huh? I'm kind of okay with that. I think propulsion is the best way to phrase it. Thank you, Fadeleaf. So the way that I had Slither is that Slither, because you slither around, to me it is implied that you have more body. So that's additional HP. I will explain you one more time how we do the benefits over here, by the way. Oh my god, I love that Star just knew, by the way. I love that Star just knew what book it was. Incredible. Hell yeah. So the way that the perks work, by the way, is that there's 3 columns. You can get a bonus to a stat, to an attacking stat, or 2 skill bonuses. You pick 2 out of the 3 columns. You don't get all 3. So +1 to a stat, +1 to an attack, or +2 skills. And slithering, by the way, you get sneak ×2, by the way. To me, that makes sense. If you slither, you're closer to the ground. You're easier to sneak. That's it. Faith is correct. Faith Leaf is correct. So the way that we have stats right now is that defense and evasion serve as two paradigms. If a move is making contact with the opponent directly, usually melee moves, then the opponent has to... the target number is their defense. So, you know, if I'm trying to punch you, specifically you, I'm fighting against your defense stat. If an attack, if the course of action, sorry. Let me rewind for 2 seconds. I thought of a better way to explain it, okay? Here's the way to explain it, okay? If the optimal way of minimizing the damage coming in is to block the attack, you're rolling against defense. If the optimal way to defend against that move is to jump out of the way and dodge, evasion is key. So most of the time, melee attacks go into defense, and ranged attacks go into evasion. Because yes, you can block a punch, but you can't really block an arrow flying towards you. Of course, there are going to be like weirdo exceptions. I'm particularly thinking that like throwing a giant boulder it could be blocked, so I would put it on their defense, even if it's a ranged attack. Oh no, hands, that sucks. Oh no. So generally speaking, smaller creatures get evasion, while larger ones get defense. So slithering, you get HP because you have more body and you sneak. Easy peasy. Propulsion, I think propulsion probably gives you... I don't know if I feel comfortable giving it +2 fly. I mean, in all reality, the only one that gets 2 fly is wings. And wings also give you speed. I feel like, to me, that just makes sense. If you have wings, you can move further than everyone else around you. Speed, by the way, is not related to when you go in battle, but how much distance you can cover in one turn. So that's what speed is. So I think wings, speed, fly. All right, what does repel do? Repel is the catch-all for mechanisms and parts of a Satamon that allow it to repel predators and other like people and or Satamon. It is essentially the intimidation skill, not from Pokemon, but from, like, you know, a TTRPG. I think probably propulsion probably can give. I'm kind of okay. I'm kind of okay with propulsion almost giving you one of each. Fly and swim is kind of funny, if you ask me. I feel like that's an interesting niche. It gives you a little bit of both. I guess we just keep filling these out, huh? And you know what? Actually, let me start the timer. There we go. Now we can actually start working for sure. By the way. So I felt personally that 2 legs gives you speed. Sorry, 4 legs gives you speed. You can cover a lot more ground, much like having wings helps you cover a lot more ground. Ooh! Oh, Fate Leaf, you're so right! Holy shit, Fate Leaf. Propulsion should give you a blast bonus. Oh, by the way, so previously Sense was the stat for using ranged attacks. I decided I didn't like it, and literally in the middle of like playing the 100 line, I thought of calling the stat Blast instead, and that makes so much more sense for moves like Beam, like Ice Beam, Hyper Beam, Bubble Beam, freaking Psy-Ray, you know, like anything where you're shooting a projectile out of your body, Blast makes so much more sense. So Blast is the new ranged attack attribute, by the way. So to me, propulsion is locked in. I'm 100% okay with this. Locked in, done. I think that floating should give you a little bit of fly. Again, the only one giving you 2 flies is wings. Wings is locked in. I have heard 100 line is peak. Chippy, you have no idea, Chippy. I want to say that if anybody's interested in playing the 100 line Last Defense Academy, you should play it. You should play it now before anyone else starts talking about it. I very much enjoyed it. I mean, I'm still enjoying it. We've gotten 2 out of 100 endings. I think I'm enjoying it. I definitely think that if you're interested, you should play it before you listen to what anyone else is saying. I feel like a game like that is best enjoyed without interacting with people who are playing it or who have thoughts about it. Legitimately, like, I feel like it's really easy to just suck the enjoyment out of that game away. So I'm like, definitely just start playing it. Should float give ESP or more general? So float is any creature who it stays in the air by means, I mean, float could also be like magnetism based. So which skill is for fine manipulation and dexterity? That's something for 2 legs. I realized that I don't really have a skill for like making it, like having a Satamon like press a button or having a Satamon pull a lever. I don't know if that's inherently like a fun skill to have. Fellas in chat, while I answer Hans's question, a name for a skill where a Satamon just uses its hands to, or any part of its body really, to do a fine motor skill task, such as pressing a specific button, entering a sequence on manipulation, manual dexterity. Good ideas. I don't like the phrasing at all. So, Hans asked regarding the 100 line. Isn't Danganronpa similar to visual novels? It is a visual novel. The thing that I would say sets 100 line apart is that it is also, half of it is a tactics game. I would almost say it's really more of a puzzle game than a tactics game, because there isn't a lot of randomness in the combat, and I very much enjoy that. It makes it feel more like Slay the Spire than something like Fire Emblem. Anyways, Maxi, are you gonna make Nomiya play the 100 line? No, because I forced Nomiya to play 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, and that means that for the next like 2 years, I'm out of recommendation options. I love my friends. I don't force them to play games unless I really want them to play it. Maxi, you should stream the Sacred Stones. Maybe. I'm not a super big fan of Fire Emblem combat, I'm not gonna lie. I guess, okay. My main issue with Fire Emblem missions is that they always go the same way. You deploy your units, you make the best tactical decisions you can, and then enemies pop out of nowhere. And that's literally every Fire Emblem mission. That's it. That's all they do. That's the only trick Fire Emblem's ever had. It's like, haha, more enemies just showed up. And I'm like, okay. Do you have any other tricks in there? No? Okay. 4 legs is speed, and I feel comfortable just saying run. Oh, you know what? I remembered Fade Leaf that 2 legs makes climbing a lot easier, so it gets climb 1. Use, says Hans, could be a nice name for the move. I kind of like using. Use? Because like manipulate, even though it's correct, it also sounds bad. Just use. Does that mean that there's a possibility for a player having to roll use to make their Satamon grab a gun and shoot? Goblino, no! Okay. Goblino. Pick up the gun, Goblino. Could you imagine? That would be bust a cap. How dare you? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what every good writer does, and I'm gonna go to thesaurus.net and look up a synonym for use. Oh no. Oh no. Handle? Handle? Wield? Work? Manage? Operate? I feel like if I call this skill operate, people are gonna assume that it's like, oh, so this Satamon knows how to do like heart transplants. I legitimately think the answer has got to be use. I think it's gonna have to be use, fellas. I gave Amoskrat a sword and shield. I approve of Goblina. How dare you? Let's just say that if you have 2 legs, you have a bonus to use. No, Clefairy, you cut an artery. Yeah, remember the last time you were at in a surgery room and you heard everyone go. Anyways, moving on. 2 legs. What's the bonus to legs? The 2 legs, honestly, is there a stat bonus? Perhaps. This is the part where I'm not 100% sure whether they gain an attack bonus or a stat bonus for having 2 legs. I guess. Oh, evasion for having 2 legs feels a little bit spicy. Chippy says they're doing that to me tomorrow. How dare you? Peter says, would it be defense for better blocking with hands? Let's go with defense for now. Let's go with that. You have 2 legs, you're easier to defend from an attack. You have more you're better able to you know, block attacks. Let's go with that. If you have many legs, I am 100% comfortable with you having speed. Would it be a combination of running and climbing? That to me seems reasonable, actually. If you have many legs, it's easier for you to climb. Or is it 2 climb? Fellas, if you have many legs, run and climb or just ×2 climb? Go. Flippers, by the way, I have news for you. Flippers is just 2 swim. I feel like if you have flippers, you have a bonus to swimming. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And what's your bonus? I'm gonna go on a limb and say that people with flippers have bigger bodies, which means you have more HP. You know what? Peter is correct. Many legs might make running harder. You're right, 2 climb. This means that the spider Satamon, rightfully so. By the way, I want to clarify again. Why are we doing all of this work? I'm doing all of this work because I want the attributes that your Satamon have to provide bonuses that make sense for what your Satamon does. If you're a spider, you should have a bonus to climbing. To me, that just makes sense. It's diegetic. One of my favorite words, diegetic. The only one that I like, Blast is the only one that gives a bonus to attack. That's so funny. All right, so all these guys are locked in. All we have left are the weird ones, by the way. Roll, bounce, and float. I think roll can get a bonus to crush. I feel okay with that. Because in order to roll, you have to have like a strong body. Float does not, or bounce doesn't specifically tell me that you can, like, you know, crush someone. Dallas is correct, by the way. Oh, you're so right. Bounce should have the jump skill twice. You're so right. What am I doing here? Roll feels like a defense thing. I'm actually perfectly okay with this. Feet are not good for grappling or climbing, though. I'm okay with that. Yeah, bounce is definitely 2 jumps, for sure. I mean, like, I feel like the only creatures that are gonna have many legs are gonna be like insects, crabs. I'm literally going through them in my head right now, and I'm like, I feel like it's gonna be guys that would make sense for them to have climb. A horse isn't, yeah, but a horse is 4 legs, not many legs. See, that's a distinction. A horse would get a bonus to speed and to running. Unless it's Skyrim. Now, there you go. That's different right there. Roll gives you a bonus to defense and to crush. To me, that just makes sense. I'm okay with that. So all we need... Would it be a... You know what? I feel like someone who can bounce is harder to hit. Honestly, I'm okay with that. If you bounce, you're harder to hit, you get evasion, and you get double jump. Because, like, when it comes to bouncing Pokemon, I'm thinking namely of, like... Who are you thinking of namely, Maxi? I guess I was thinking of Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is the balloon Pokemon, so I would assume that it bounces around. You know? Goats, though? Spoink? There you go. Spoink bounces. There you go. You can't hit Spoink. Mostly because you're reminded of the fact that if it ever stops jumping, it dies, which is, you know, great storytelling. Creatures who float, I'm thinking of Muna. I'm thinking of Magnezone. Magnemite. Yeah. Guys, I just love the Magnemite line. You know, Magnemite, Magneto, Magnezone. I just love them. I love all of them. So, if you're a floaty boy, you get a little bit. You get a little bit of fly. Probably evasion or speed. There's been a lot of guys giving speed. Let's put evasion on there. It makes sense for me. If you're floating around, you're harder to hit. And as for if it has 1 fly, it has to have another stat. So what is it? What is its ability? I guess thematically speaking, you could say that if you're floating around, you're better able to get a grasp of your environment. Perhaps a bonus to sensing. By the way, sense could be changed to search, by the way, or find. I'm not sure if we're gonna change it, but for now it's just sense. You know? I mean, like, I feel like if I was floating around, I probably wouldn't lose my keys as often as I do. And that's it. That's locked in. There you go. Here's all of your locomotions. Fellas, is there another animal locomotion that we're missing? Humans and humanoids have 2 legs. Some lizards have 2 legs. Birds have 2 legs. Bunch of mammals walk on 4 legs. Bugs and crabs run on many legs. All the aquatic boys have flippers. Birds have wings, as do bats, flying squirrels, and perhaps even flying lizards or flying skizzards. Worms and bagworms and snakes all slither. Would an animal like otter have special locomotion? I think the answer for us. Okay, so here's the dealio. Okay, I have decided, and Kitty and I decided together, that if a creature can have more than 1 perk for the category that would make sense for it, we go with whichever is the most iconic. So I know it doesn't make sense, I know, but technically speaking, I think an otter would have the bonus of flippers. Otters are really good at swimming, and they have more HP. We all know this. This is all true. And then we have like the weirdos, by the way, guys who just roll around, bounce around, float around, and have some sort of propulsion that has them moving around. Once again, big shoutouts to Fade Leaf for that. And with that, I think we just move on to the next one. Time to move on to the one I'm not looking forward to at all, because this is the first case of things that I don't want to address. So let's talk together for a second, okay? We did it, guys. We finished 1 set. I know. I think honestly, like, I know it's really easy to be like, wow, we only did this much in so many minutes. Wow, it's gonna take forever for the game to be released. But what we're doing, we're also establishing the hard rules of this system, and I very much appreciate that. So here's the way that it works, okay? So let's say, for instance, that you have rolled the mouse body type. The mouse body type is going to give you a size. Please ignore all the details here, by the way. It's going to give you a size and a locomotion. Let me write this down, by the way. When you create a creature, okay. When you create a guy, you get the following. Size perks, locomotion perks, skin perks. The skin will basically decide your starting attributes, by the way. I'm happy you're having fun, Peter. I'm having a little fun too. I really like these design streams because it helps me do the rubber ducky method, where I'm essentially, by explaining you guys what I'm doing, it helps me realize if I made any mistakes or not. Anyways, so you get a couple of starting things that will give you like your starting HP and stuff, etc., etc. I'm gonna copy this and move it one up because I need more space. So when you create a guy, you are given a size, a locomotion, some skin perks, and then 3, or really you decide to be, I ask you to be white font. I ask you for one thing. PETA asks, random question, would a giant rodent be possible? I'll get to that in approximately 20 seconds. You get a skin perk. You get 3 perks, 3 unique perks, or 3 perks from the list built in. And then you roll 3 times on the Zodiac list for your body type. Lastly, you roll 1 once on the special perk table. All right, so these are not final, by the way, but essentially, originally I was gonna have a whole thing where all of the traits were on one table. And then I realized that would lead to absolute abominations because let's say, for instance, Maxi, what if I'm rolling a Pikachu clone. I'm a mouse. My affinity is Bolt. I'm picturing that he's yellow and cute and fluffy and has a tail that looks like a thundercloud. And then you roll for your rare. You roll on the big old table, and it gives you tentacles. So we're not doing that. Instead, you get to roll once on a Maxi. Siska, I know you're okay with it, Siska. Can I be pathetic? Yeah, go right ahead. Picthulu. Siska says, "Can I be pathetic?" I mean, you're never pathetic, but you can try. So instead, we're gonna put all the cool, interesting traits that stand out, that make your guy special and very unique, in one table, and everybody gets one roll on that table, and that's gonna give you the weird, bizarro stuff, like you have a crystal gem on your body that gives you blast and generates light, etc., etc., etc. Siska says, "Maxi, please compliment my art." Oh my freaking god. Sorry, just saw the message that you sent me. It's on the Discord. In the art chat? Siska, where did you put the art, Siska? Siska says it's on that Discord. What, the Roll to Suffer Discord? The D&D Discord, okay. Oh, this is really good! Dude! They came out really good. I love the blue glow, by the way. I love that you're giving everyone the blue glow. Might go with the blue lamp. It looks good. Oh, I love that. I just realized that. Oh my god. Siska, you went so hard on the idle animation for Seti with the tongue poking out. Can we see it? Siska, do I have permission to show the Fugis that you're making for the D&D campaign, Siska? Do I have your permission, your blessing? Many other words that are synonymous with that. I know Siska said yes, but I don't know if that was a yes before I asked. So I'm gonna wait for a confirmation from Siska. I'm gonna wait for Siska to be confirmed in the good old Catholic way. Open link. Hello, Mr. Oh, open link. There we go. So this is the idle animation for Algernon's character Xiomara. Let me go find the talking animation for Xiomara, which came out so good. Oh my god, I love it. Siska says I will never ask you for attention ever again. Don't worry about it. And then the one that Siska did today, which is Seti, the main character of the story. I love the idle animation, the little tongue poking out. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And then of course, Seti yapping. That's incredible. It's really good. Again, I love the blue glow on everyone. It's so good. It actually, like, the way that you did it, it reminds me of like old school like point and click adventure games. It's really good. Yeah, so once again, Siska, you have done very, very good. You have done very well. Specifically this right here. It reminds me a lot of point and click adventure games. I like it. I like it. They're very good, Siska. Good job. By the way, if you would like to learn more about these characters, please join us for Dungeons and Dragons on Sunday on Siska's stream. You're welcome, Siska. No worries. Yeah, so everyone gets a series of stats. Everyone's gonna get a bunch of perks. And the perks that will make your Satamon stand out and be unique are gonna be the ones that you roll on the table yourself. So 3 from the same animal kingdom, perhaps, maybe we'll think about it, don't worry about it. And then you'll roll a number of times on the special perk table. Perhaps, I was thinking perhaps of making a table with all the special stuff in it. Maybe you roll on the table for whatever your main affinity is, so you're more on theme, perhaps. So that way it's okay if you are perhaps, let's say, a water dog with tentacles, perhaps is less weird than just being like a regular dog with tentacles. All right, and so, the next layer of your creature is oh, the timer went off. Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait to talk about skin in just a minute. Tentacled doggo is real. I love, like, everyone is down for creatures to have tentacles when they shouldn't have tentacles. Now, in the abstract, but just wait until you freaking are playing Satamon and your cute little adorable, cat has tentacles. No one's gonna be happy. No one's gonna like that. By the way, we're on break. While I get up and stretch, I'm putting down the headphones. I'm stepping away from my chair. I'm up on my feet, and I'm stretching. Okay. I would like to remind you, please, to consider leaving a like on the stream. It helps a lot, and subscribe if you haven't already. Look at the way that the subscribe button, and I do mean the subscribe button, lights up when I say subscribe. Consider doing that. I don't know. I'm not your mom. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. And also, if you enjoy the stream and would like to support me monetarily, if you would like to give me money so I can buy Beastie Ball on Steam and play it, go to coffee.com/mkirin and support me there. Thank you. Maxi, what's this about Beastie Ball? So Ronnie, !Moontomes, told me that I should try out the demo for the game Beastie Ball. It's a creature collecting PC game where instead of fighting against other creatures, you play volleyball. And I thought, well, this is weird. I'll try it. I played the demo. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. But currently, I am doing a no purchasing games challenge. So, I'm not taking money out of my wallet to buy it, but if somebody would like to treat me to it, you're welcome to do so by going to coffee.com/mkirin. Thank you. Maxi, will you play it on stream maybe? Yeah, I've been meaning to play Chicory for a long time. Cade recommends it very much. Wait, I have Chicory? Don't I have Chicory? I don't have Chicory. Okay, I don't have Chicory. I will say, it's really funny for me seeing Beastie Ball because the person who made Beastie Ball, I've been following them forever. And I didn't realize they had made Beastie Ball. They made a game a long time ago called Coin Crypt that I played a bunch of back in the day. And it was weird being like, oh, who made this game? And I'm like, the guy who made Coin Crypt made this? Anyways, the music in Beastie Ball is made by Lena Raine, a famed composer of Guild Wars 2. And also this like nothing little game called Celeste. You might have not heard of it. It's not very popular or anything. And the opening of Beastie Ball has you meeting a character who very much clearly becomes trans over the course of the intro, and I'm like, let's fucking go. Or rather, transitions over the course of the intro, and I love that. Kate says, I feel like I bought it for you for Christmas. It's not on my list. I feel like it would be on my list if I had it. No, it's on my wish list. Chicory's on my wish list. I never accepted it? What do you mean I never accepted it? Wouldn't it be in my inventory? Wait, hold up. Everyone, hold up. This can't be the way that I'm finding out that. This can't be the way that I'm finding out that I gift history. Hold up. We're going to Steam for this, okay? Wow, Maxi, and this is when Ronnie shows up. Hi, Ronnie, how you doing? How you doing, Punk? Hey, Punk. Hey, boy. Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
I'm going through the list, fellas. Okay, I sent Kendra Pomo Farm on 2023. I gifted a specific No, it's not on my list of gifts. Oh my god, after that it gets really old. Holy crap. Hey, cowboy. I can't believe that I somehow declined Kate's gift. I really am the worst of us. The worst of us coming to HBO Max, by the way. I was already here, to be fair. Okay. Anyways, well, I absolutely regret everything. I realized, by the way, that Pomotroid is like blocked off. Let me just put you over here, okay? There we go. That's much better, huh? We'll do that. We'll lock you in there. We're gonna press focus and let's go. So the next thing you gain is what kind of skin your Satamon has, what kind of like, you know, what kind of surface it's got. This mostly decides your HP. I'll just be entirely honest with you. And here's a preliminary build. There's one particular issue with this, okay? And it's that I think I have a solution for it, but I have to first explain the problem, okay? So here's the dealio, okay? I never accepted it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm a terrible friend. Kate, could you tell me when? Could you please tell me when did I forget to get it? Oh no. What, I don't have a boo button? I mean, that's good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough.
This is why I don't respect streamers.
Well, Kate, I'm very sorry. 3 years ago? Okay, I mean, like, you know, for sale chicory never accepted? How dare you, Chippy? How dare you, Chippy? Right now, in my time of need, you laugh at me? You laugh at me right now in my time of need? Maybe it's Kendra, actually. Oh my god. Please tell me that Kendra can take this one for me. That's it. I'm looking at the screenshot. I will say though, as someone who does use their Steam account, it seems to me more likely that Kendra did not accept the gift. That to me seems more plausible. No. Peter, this is not regarding Beastie Ball. This is regarding the developer's previous game, Chicory, A Colorful Tale, which Cade believed they had gifted to me, but in fact, it was Kendra. It's always Kendra. And by the way, Maxi, the captions are broken again. You're so right. They broke again. But then, hey, guess what? They're back. I'm so happy it wasn't me who messed up. I'm so happy it was Kendra who messed up. Shoutouts to Kendra for never letting me down. Anyways, so here's the dealio, okay? So as part of creating a creature, the body type gives you the size, the locomotion, and the skin type. The skin type decides some basic skills and your HP level, essentially. And after that, you roll on a table, and that gives you some traits for your guy, and then, you know, you get a rare trait, and then that's it. Your guy, your basic stage Satamon is good to go. Easy. There are a couple of problems in that some of the traits that will appear, that some of the traits you may roll on them twice. So what happens, right? And some of them are better than others. Like, for instance, tough skin is better than regular skin. So what can I do? Damn it! Damn it! It was me! It was me after all! Today's a dark day in history. Kate says, I checked my history. Kendra did accept it wasn't you. Normal skin is more sensitive. So there are tiers for... We're gonna kind of just cut these out of here for now. I have decided that probably the best way to go about doing this is that there is essentially just one entry on the table for each skin type, and if you happen to roll in the same skin type twice, you get a better version of that buff, perhaps, or you just get the same buff again. I don't know. So the basic skin types are fur, skin. By the way, people in chat, I would like you all to tell me, does it feel better if it's skin, soft skin, or actually skin, skine with the E at the end, so make it less weird? Because it is weird to be like, this creature has skin. But the reality is that, like, yeah, like a lot of creatures have skin when you think they have scales. Soft skin is better. Soft skin. Could I get aside from people roasting me in chat about not accepting chicory 3 years ago, could I also get some feedback on skin versus skin with an E versus soft skin? Which is better? Siska says, you want to be real weird and put dermis? You know I like being weird. Not today, though. No, the skin makes it sound French. So, here's an example of multiple creatures that are not human that have skin, okay? Frogs have skin. They don't have scales, by the way. They just have skin. Dolphins and whales don't have scales or, you know, or they just have skin. They have skin just like we do. God damn it. Siska says, hon hon, skin do baguette. Hide? Hide is not bad, actually. I do feel, I guess hide could be like, hide because I'm coming for you. There you got me. The weakest is skin, followed by fur, followed by hide. After that is scales. It's feather. Actually, it's feathers, hide, scales, and then shell. So, what are the bonus to all of these guys? So, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I think we can all agree that these guys either give you HP or they give you defense or something like it. I feel comfortable saying that shell gives you defense. Makes sense to me. The bonuses, the bonesies. Could you imagine? I think skin being incredibly like normal and boring should not give you a bonus to anything. In fact, I think perhaps having skin means that your body is maybe perhaps more flexible, able to move better. You get 1 speed for free, for freebie. Does having skin give you a bonus to attacking? I don't think so, but it definitely gives you a bonus to skills. I'm wondering if it should be like sneak, perhaps. It should be utility skills, by the way. It should not be a movement skill. I don't think so. I'm gonna color you like something very bright and loud. No, cyan, there you go. What bonus could skin have? It should be two skills or the same one twice. It's easier to use things if you have skin. I don't know about that. This is the kind of shit you... If you think this is dumb, imagine me sitting at my desk talking to myself being like, well, what bonus does skin give you? So far, skin hasn't given me any bonuses. I've had skin my entire life. Never once do I feel like he gave me a bonus. I think shell gives you a bonus to defend and crush. I feel like that makes sense. It prevents sepsis. Well, I mean, well, aren't we lucky? Aren't we lucky? Chippy says Maxi's trying to live that exposed muscle life. That's right. Peter says perhaps skin could just be a base with no bonuses. So I thought about it, but like, my issue is that I don't want to arrive at a situation where someone is like, oh, I rolled a Satamon with skin. It means that mathematically speaking, they're weaker than other Satamon. Peter asks, would snails be skin or shell? As we established earlier, if multiple things apply, we will go with whatever is most iconic for that creature. If you can sweat an endurance, if you can sweat an endurance as a skill, then endurance, yeah. I mean, it is true. I mean, skin allows you to manage your heat, I guess. Yeah. You know what? Skins up its dodge. You're less heavy. You know what? I like that. So evasion it is. And I'm gonna go with, because you have skin, your body is more flexible. I'm gonna give you a climb because you have skin. And perhaps jump, I think. Jump, perhaps. I'm thinking of creatures that have skin. Namely... You know what? Everyone who has skin shares? They can swim. Things with skin can swim. Frogs, whales, humans can swim. Creatures with feathers are not normally good at swimming. Shut up, don't talk about ducks on this stream. Creatures with shells and or scales may not necessarily be known for swimming. Now, what does fur give you? I think creatures with fur are faster than... No, is that feathers? Let's go with feathers. Creatures with feathers are normally faster than other creatures. We're gonna go with that. I'm thinking... It would be funny if, like, scales... Fur gives defense. You think fur gives defense? I feel comfortable just being more HP. If you have fur, you have more HP. I'm okay with that. Because I want defense to be the identity of scales and shell. I feel like that's like the way to go. You know? You know what I was thinking? Originally I was thinking of let me just make this black and hide you, and then we put you here, and then we put skins, like it's my Fortnite shop. What is the play skill, by the way? The play skill is currently the placeholder for perform. Any kind of action where your Satamon is following along modes of play that are associated with humans. So for instance, if your Satamon is pretending to be... If multiple Satamon are under a trench coat pretending to be a person, it would be play. If your Satamon is at a contest and attempting to wow the judges, it would be play. So fur gives you equal amount of both, evade and defense. So because of the rules that we have established, you either only get one stat up. You really only get one stat up. That's just the way that we have established the rules so that everything is fair. So I don't feel like, you know, fur should not be special and give you 2 unique main stat upgrades. I feel comfortable saying that fur just gives you more HP. Unless height could also be HP. Would fur or scales give repel? I think scales would give repel. I feel confident saying that scales give you repel. I don't know what else. Digging? I don't feel like having scales makes you particularly big. Maybe it's just to repel. Fuck it. I mean that is literally what scales do. They repel predators, so why not that, right? Yeah, because I'm thinking of like scaly boys versus shelly boys, and I'm like, no one thinks that a turtle is like menacing because he has a shell, or crabs really. But then you look at a crocodile covered in scales, you look at a pangolin, and then you're like, I'm not fucking with that guy. Hell no, that pangolin's gonna kill me. No, Peter, I have to say, you're being very helpful. Thank you for helping. So a skin, you get a little jump, you get a little swim. That's it. Siska? What is the question mark for, Siska? Is the stream stuttering? Pangolins are not scary. Okay. I'm going to look up. Pangolins are cute, but I want you to recognize something, okay? Okay? I want you to look at this pangolin the same way that I look at this pangolin, okay? Would you fuck with this guy in the African savannah? In the jungles of India, wherever these guys are from? Would you fuck with this guy if you saw him walking down the street? I wouldn't fuck with this guy. If I was a guy in the jungle, I wouldn't fuck with this guy. I know that baby pangolins are cute, okay? In order to research for this game, I looked up videos of whether pangolins could swim, and I watched a pangolin in a zoo swimming, and he looked very happy. But again, look at this guy. If he was walking towards me, I wouldn't fuck with him. He's covered in scales everywhere. Hans says some turtles will fuck you up. Baby pangolins are the closest we have to just a Pokemon, by the way. Look at this guy. Okay, so maybe pangolin was the bad example, okay? I'm being roasted because I think pangolins look badass. I'm the only one giving pangolins credit. Look at this guy. He evolved to be a walking tank. And you're all just there being like, haha. But when they're babies, they look stupid. And you're not wrong, they do look stupid. But nonetheless. I think if you have scales, I mean, if anyone else has a better idea as to what scales can give you other than repel. You know what, Siska? I do want to see a badass animal. Siska says, you want to see a badass animal, look up a Babirusa. Babirusa? Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah, look at this boar-looking guy. Man. Wild pig with massive teeth. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he will mess you up. Look at this guy. Again, I wouldn't mess with this guy. This is why horns will give you repel, okay? Horns will give you repel, okay? But scale should give repel. I think scale should give repel. Look at this guy. Also, I guess this is tough skin, huh? This is probably tough skin, huh? This is hide. This is hide for sure, not skin. This is hide. Okay. Anyways. So, aren't those pigs that have horns that can grow into their brains? They are. Siska says, I'm not scared of you attacking me. I'm scared of what will happen when I attack you. There you go. What does fur give? If you have fur, I feel confident saying that you are... I don't want to give anyone with shell like good swimming just cuz. Is fur, are you good at run? I mean, okay, so if you have feathers, I don't think you should get fly by default, by the way. That's right, Peter. I don't think you should get fly for free, okay? I want there to be flightless birds, okay? So what's the bonus? Is it sharp? You have feathers, the feathers can be sharp. Fur keeps you warm. Unfortunately, we don't really have a... I don't really envision there being a check in the game where it's like, roll to see if you suffer from hypothermia. Feathers means that you have higher speed and you have a bonus to sharpness. I'm okay with that. You know what? So far, let me just kind of grab you, put you in there. There you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Feathers help with charm? You're so right, Elaine. It should be lure. That's right. That's right. Feathers are very colorful and pretty. They give you lure. Lure. Sharp is gone. There we go. To lure? Are feathers the opposite of repel? Of scales? I think they are. You know what? You're right. It's play and lure. As we all know, birds are very playful guys. Okay, so that's that. And I think I'm comfortable with the shell giving you crush and defense. It's a bit of a pretty powerful combo, but that's okay. None of these will give you blast or sharp though. Maybe fur could give you play too. I feel maybe that's okay. But what, a bonus to run? Third things are known for running. Third things are known for having good senses? I don't think so. I will also say, by the way, so this list, by the way, doesn't really, so there we have a little particular issue regarding this list because it doesn't really cover people who don't have like organic matter as their skin. You know, what about guys that what if I'm a fridge, Max? What if my Satamon is a fridge? What kind of skin is it? We'll talk about that later. Peter says, I would say sneak, but some furred things are stinky. That is fair. I would sooner give scales a little bit of sneak. I think things with scales are sneaky. Frogs, sneaky. Lizards, sneaky. Godzilla, sneaky. One repel, one sneak. I'm okay with that. You could say we want to put that fridge talk in cold storage. Thank you. Maybe to repel, fuck it. And then sneak, fur. If you're a fur creature, you get a little bit of sneak and a little bit of play. There you go. And lastly, if you have hide, you get a bonus to HP. I feel almost confident in saying that all the creatures that have hide, what, crush, sharp, blast? Because I'm like, creatures that have hide, elephants, boar, I guess pigs, wild boars, things with hide, I guess I would argue that some primates have hide on them. What do they share in common? Crushing? Crushing their resisting attack? Is hide yet another defense bonus? I think it has to be HP. Perhaps sense? I don't know if I would describe a rhinoceros, a hippopotamus, and an elephant as having a lot of sense. Whenever I see a hippopotamus crush a watermelon inside of its mouth, I sense something, but it's not really related to this. Because looking over these, I'm like, there's an awful lot of guys with bonuses to crush. And it makes me wonder. Like, a part of me is like, oh, would swim be good? I guess some things with hide can swim, I guess. Hide is essentially a parallel with skin. You lose the ability to jump, but you gain the ability to what? I love that. Kate says, can you believe the United States almost brought hippos en masse to be an additional food source? Fucking wild. What's the name of that book where it envisions an alternate history where cowboys rode hippos instead of horses? What's the name of that book, Kate? I think you recommend, yeah, River of Teeth. Thank you. I should read that. So when you go from having skin to hide, you give up evasion for HP, you remain some swim, but you give up jump instead for what? Just run. I'm okay with that. Kate says the name of that book that envisions a alternate history where cowboys rode hippos instead of horses is called River of Teeth by Sarah Gailey, another NB author. Hell yeah. Love it. Okay, fellas, should we envision skin types that are not covered by being a guy from our real world, by the way? Fellas, I have a couple questions for you. Okay, clearly I'm like some sort of mineral skin, rock, crystal, plastic, We can do other skins later. Let me just get them out of my head real quick. Plastic, crystal. I had another one. I'm missing it right now. There's another one that I wanted to put in there. Gooey. There's definitely goo. Because I'm like, what kind of skin? Plant material, organic. Because I recognize that I don't know what skin type from this category squids and or jellyfish would be. Metal, rock, crystal, plastic, plant-like, metal. I don't really know. Gooey, slime, I guess. Slime. I'm like, do squids? You know what? Time to do. Yep, slime. I like it. Thank you. Time to do a Google search, by the way. Do squid have scales? I don't think they do. They have skin. They have dermal structures. Yep. Some squids have scales, huh? Energy, dust. Oh, this should be just an energy skin type. You're so right. Yeah. This is like essentially like, you know, anything that is just like, you know, like you know, flames, you know, wind, etc. Being a spirit for once. Squids have dermis and a slimy outer layer. Cuttlefish are good too. What was the other one? It was dust. I'm not sure about dust, but I like energy. Like just like you're made of a, like an essence. This will give you blast, by the way. Just put it. Just locking that in, by the way. Just blast. Metal will give you sharp, locking it in. Crystal also gives you sharp. Edible. We're not going there. Rock, crystal, plastic, plant-like, metal, slime, energy. I feel like there was one more on the tip of my tongue and I'm completely missing it. Yeah, we haven't really answered. The squid ones. Soft skin, soft gooey. Is there a better word for gooey, by the way? I'm gonna go open the thesaurus, just another tab. Thesaurus. I'm really gonna type gooey into thesaurus, huh? Did I mean gooey? I did mean gooey. I'm gonna put you right under our tab, by the way. Viscous, soft? I guess just soft, by the way. Peter asks, a better word than gooey? What about ooey gooey? That's so much better. Soft? I think it's gonna have to be soft, honestly. It's soft, 100% soft, okay. Soft. Jellyfish. I guess jellyfish is slime, actually, huh? You know what? Slime slash gooey includes jellyfish. There you go. What does gooey and or slime give you? It gives you swim for sure. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Probably gives you repel, because I feel like no one wants to get close to a gooey guy. Anyways, spectral is kind of part of energy, I think. Gooey could give you evasion. Oh, I do like gooey actually for that. Yeah. I kind of like that. Gooey gives you evasion because you're harder to hit with projectiles because of that. I think so. I'm okay with that. Swim and repel. Let's put repel in there. Just call it a day. All right. Let's hope the goo is insoluble. There you go. Metal would definitely be defense. Yeah, you're right. It's defense for sure. Anyway, I don't think crystal is inherently tough, but crystal would give you... No, crystal doesn't give you any bonus to anything, but it gives you lure and light. There you go. You can generate light from your crystal, and you attract people with your beautiful colors. By the way, the timer went off, so I'm gonna get up and stretch, by the way, and we're gonna have a break. After this, we're probably gonna start talking about limbs, fellas, limbs. Wow, those went quickly. Yo, hi, Antier, welcome in.
Welcome back.
How you doing, Antier? Antier says, me attracting people with my beautiful blacks and blues. There you go. So I think what I'm gonna do, honestly, is that what we're gonna do is instead of putting skin types on the chart of things you can roll for your Satamon, instead I'm just gonna roll like, we're gonna convert those into like armor identities, and then you just gain those instead. I feel like that's just better. Like light armor, you know, height armor, metal armor, spiked armor. I feel like that's probably the better way to do it, you know. And Tyr says, I'm doing good now that Siska has made Seti speak. Yeah. I can't believe that both Seti and I chose to have blue tongues, by the way. Siska also asked me what color Omni's tongue is, and I said, any color's good. I like blue though, because it reminds me of my favorite little guy, the blue-tongued skink. I know what you're thinking, Maxi. Those are not real words, Maxi. There's no such thing as a blue-tongued skink. Skinks are dumb. They are dumb. Look at this idiot. By the way, if you have a thing against lizards and skizzards, look away from the screen. Look at this freaking idiot, by the way. Look at this idiot. Look at this absolute dumbass, by the way. Look at him. Look at him. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. Look at him. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. He's so dumb. He's so dumb. Me when I eat blueberries. Look at him. He's so stupid. He's a skink and he has a blue tongue. That's him, Your Honor. This is the guy who stole my wallet. I love nature because this guy has a huge head. And I'm like, how is this like optimal for your survival mechanisms to have a huge head? Look at this guy. He's shaped like a Pokemon. Like someone said, yeah, give him a long ass body and a big old head. Yo, hi Solar, welcome in. I'm not bullying lizards. I love him. He's stupid. I love him. Look at him. Look at him. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. I love him. This is the guy who fumbled this the 6'5" blood hunter lady. How dare you? Yeah, salamanders and lizards can drop their tail as a defense mechanism. It's not healthy for them, but they can do it. They sure can do it. Is he poisonous? I don't know if he is. I mean, people are holding him in this picture, so unless there's a photo of a real life person who died shortly after holding him, I think it's fine. I love his little foot. His little baby foot. I mean, don't eat him. Dude, he's like 20% head. He's like 80% body, 30% tail, 10% head. Make that math make sense, by the way.
Bird up.
This is why I don't respect streamers.
Yeah, what my legs look like, IRL. How dare you, Kate? I've seen you in real life. You don't have little silly feet like that. How dare you? It's true. I've seen Kate's calves. 60% body. All right, so we're gonna change the channel. By the way, we're gonna change the channel. If you're tuning in, by the way, we're coming up with all the traits for the creation system of Satamon, my upcoming creature collecting TTRPG. And I think, honestly, perhaps we should probably... Where's all the body types? Body shapes! Okay, let's just... I think that to me it makes sense that you roll and like it changes the shape of the Sadamon in your head. I kind of like that. You know what I should do? I should probably... How do I do this in a way that I can still have this open? I guess I just don't. So, the reason why I want to change over to body types, we could also do limbs in a second too, but I wanted to change to body types because looking at that skink, I'm like, this guy, what's a good photo of him? Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. It's this one. Because you can tell, he rolled big tail, long body, and big head. So we're just gonna immediately start and just say, you know what? Things that you can roll on, by the way, to make your Sadamon more interesting and weird. Big head. Now, what's the opposite of big head? Little head. Now, my issue, by the way, my issue is that I'm a little bit concerned about, like, what if somebody rolls the same thing twice? So what if someone rolls big head and then little head? I think, honestly, that's gonna be on the players to figure out what this means. Hell yeah. Would they cancel each other out? No, you would just, you have a big and a little head. I mean, like, a part of me is like, I don't want to have things, a giant skull, there you go. I don't want to have things that contradict each other, because these all give you bonuses, right? You have a big head for a small person, there you go. A really tiny face. I'm thinking about this now again, and I'm like, what's the way to do this? Because let's say that, let's go back to our example, okay? You have rolled up number 1. You have a mouse Sadamon. You're not a mouse, but you look like a mouse, okay? And I'm like, what if you were the unlikely person who you rolled your three traits, okay? Kate says, describing me? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Like, you roll 3 times, right? And all 3 times you roll big head. What if you roll big head, little head, big head, okay? Like, I guess at that point, that's the fun of it, right? I guess that's life, isn't it? Fellas, may I please, if you may I please have as many head descriptors as you could imagine? Chippy says, me looking in the mirror at different times of the day. Big head, little head, big head. Bald head, thick head. Big head should stack. These all stack, by the way. When you create a Sadamon, you roll on the trait table for that zodiac. So for the mouse, some mice have long heads, some have little heads, some have big heads. It's fine. So you could have an all-head mouse. Of course, there's gonna be more traits than just head. I want to make that very clear right now. But that's life. Big head, little head, bulbous, elongated, round, jar-shaped, bony. These are good concepts. Bulbous head. What's it? Just round head? Oh yeah, someone asked earlier, I think it was Fadeleaf, if you can start with a huge mouse. So mechanically speaking, no. You can't start with the huge mouse. One of the special traits you can roll is a size up, which is very nice. But the biggest you could start is, since mice are normally tiny, you can start with a small mouse, which is tiny is that it fits in your hands. Small is, I believe, up to... I made a graphic for this, man. Where did I put that graphic? Let me go find the graphic. I made a graphic just for this, by the way, for myself and for you. Let me go find it. Everybody, please sit tight. By the way, if you would like to support the stream, go to coffee.com/mkirin, by the way. All donations are currently going towards me buying the game I'm thinking of is Beastie Ball. If you would like me to have a good time with Beastie Ball, consider supporting me. Thank you. There it is. I found it. I found it. Perfect. Okay, so here is how the type charts work according to Sadamon, okay? Here we have the average sized person of 5.5 feet, by the way. Or 5.5 feet, by the way. Tiny creatures are about this size. They fit in your hand. Small creatures come up to about your knee. No worries, Kate. Thank you. You're so sweet. A medium-sized Sadamon come up to about your waist. Large Sadamon are about the same size as a human being. And then you have huge, which is about 1.5 times the size of a human being. This is the ruling here. There is one more, which is gigantic, which is twice the size of a person. But I'm not worrying about that because that's literally just like raid material, so. So you could start with a mouse that comes up to your knees. So that's the now that also means though that because every creature gets to roll on the special perk table, you could start with a creature that is naturally large to begin with. For instance, an elephant. An elephant sizes up 1 and becomes a goddamn huge elephant. Alternatively, there's also sizes down, so you could be a small elephant. Like a Pamphy or whatever. Big head, little head, long head, round head. I think long and narrow are like essentially the same way. Rectangular head? I don't know, man. Fampy, thank you. Fampy? I don't know. I never had one because they put them like in the end game, so I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna look up. I'm just gonna assume that I never had access to a Fampy. Fampy? Should I bother with heads first? I'm not sure. I'm losing confidence. Let's do limbs instead. Limbs are easier. Everyone understands limbs. So. There we go. Limbs! Oh, thank God, finally. However you would call the phenomenon in creature design where the head is part of the body, that is a unique body type called just the head. I am gonna write down before I forget asymmetric. I'll put that down. Thank you. Pyramid head. You know what? That's silly enough that I'll put it in there. Why not? So we have. Oh, this is a bunch of things. Okay. Give me a bunch of lines above this, please. All right, so immediately I'm gonna do the thing where I'm gonna take things out of the list, by the way. God damn it, Siska. So immediately, the way that I had them here is that I had them arranged so that they would be like a better version of the ones later. We're taking that off. Sharp claws. I'm just deleting you here right now. Webbed feet stays. Flippers. Hooves. Thick legs, huh? You really thought about thick legs, didn't you, Maxi, by the way? So, Sadamon can have 4 appendages, by the way. I love you, Kate. I'm almost ugh. So, Maxi, it appears that you're a little bit unprepared for today's stream. It isn't that I'm unprepared, it's that like we decided on this when the weekend started and I haven't had time to like work on it. And secondly, like I spent most of last week workshopping and prototyping like 3 other ways of doing this. So I'm like, so as part of your starting creature, you gain 3 perks that are, you get the size, the locomotion, and the skin are just built in as part of your little creature. I guess... What, you just get more? Another table? Another table? God. The issue, man. I am constantly reminded of, like, why has nobody done this before? Why has nobody done a game where you, like, have minute details of your creature? Oh, it's because it's hard. Now, we go back to the point I said earlier. I'm not a coward, so we're gonna push through. Siska says, my favorite segment, Maxi fighting Maxi. My bet, Maxi all the way. Thank you. That's so touching, actually. That's the sweetest thing anyone's ever said to me today. At the end of the day, whether you have paws or claws or graspers, at the end of the day, it's giving you a bonus to attack. That's all that's doing. It's giving you bonuses to attack. Is it necessary for me to make a difference here? Like, if I tell you that you have a mouse, is it worth making you roll to find out that it has hooves instead? That's weird, right? There's two kinds of people on the stream. It's Antier and Siska. Antier says Maxi v Maxi, and somehow Maxi always loses. Thank you. Is this an inherently fun question? I feel like what skin or like what surface your creature has and how it moves are inherently more interesting than whether it has claws or paws or graspers. So instead, perhaps a category of things of what it does with its limbs, a trait of its limbs, perhaps? Paws don't really do anything. Paws are basically just claws but on your feet. I don't know if it's even worth like... Because what? I feel like... Wait, hold up. I'm coming back around, by the way. What kind of appendages does your guy have? You know what? Appendages. What kind of appendages does your guy have? It has claws. It has talons. It has paws. It has graspers. I guess wings don't have to be on this list anymore because you already have wings as part of locomotion. Okay. Hold up, I'm cooking. So my question is, you have claws, you have talons, you have paws, you have graspers, you have webbed feet, you have flippers, you have hooves. I guess, wow, Maxi, the first list you made was actually pretty good. You have thick legs, you have what? No. We go with heavy legs or light legs. There you go. Because because ostriches don't have talons, but they have light legs. Elephants don't have hooves; they have heavy legs. I feel like that makes sense. And then you have the weirdos, tentacles. Maxi, what about creatures that don't have appendages? We'll talk about them later, okay? Don't worry about it. No worries, Antier. You're so funny. Enjoying the process. This is the creative process, man. Claws, talons, paws, graspers, webbed feet, flippers, hooves, heavy legs, light legs, tentacles. Is there any other appendage that creatures have? I guess pincers! Pincers? Does that mean that you could roll pincers for your mouse? Don't worry about it, okay? I know what I'm gonna do, just don't worry about it, okay? I wonder if, fellas, should I combine appendages and tails in there? I guess it's a kind of appendage, isn't it? I think I might be okay with putting tails as part of appendages. Fellas, thoughts on appendages being tails, by the way? Because we have a lot of tail options, by the way. Now, am I just gonna call it blade? I wonder if, because how would you describe a creature like Scyther that has blades for hands? Should it have an option called blades for hands, or should it just essentially it has talons, which is just sharp, by the way? Is that better? Is that better? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I definitely feel comfortable saying that claws and talons both give you sharp. I assume your appendages will be the ones that give you mostly attack bonuses. Except for paws. Paws don't do anything. They give you dig, though. 100% they give you dig. You know what? I feel like anything with paws is good at digging, so guess what? Dig is in. Graspers give you crush, by the way. Web feet give you swim. And what else? What else is web? What else does web feet do for you? Bro, I think double swim is in fact flippers, by the way. Oh, the flippers was already in locomotion. Oh, hot damn. Then what the hell is, what is this? Fins? Fins? You have flippers and fins, huh? I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. This is double swim, by the way. I feel like if you roll flippers and fins, this is essentially the best guy for swimming. Yo, everybody shut up. Kitty's here. Hi, Kitty. Also, love, I meant to text you, but the stream started. I stood in line for the Pokemon Center opening, and nothing, because as soon as I got in, everything was sold out. So, rip me. Rip my wife's dream of opening Pokemon cards. I think fins gives you HP, man. Again, creatures with fins usually have larger bodies. I'm gonna go with HP. What do web feet give you? I think creatures with web feet can tend to be playful. I'm thinking of frogs. I'm thinking of capybaras. You get play. If you have web feet, you're a player. I'm just saying it right now. You're a player, by the way. A player, perhaps. I'm gonna also make it that web feet also give you a bonus to HP. To me, this just seems perfectly reasonable. Graspers gives you the ability to crush, but it also gives you use 2. There you go. That's what it is. 2 users. There you go. Paws gives you dig, and then what? Do paws also give you sharp, man? I mean, paws are sharp, but they're not as sharp as talons or claws, though. I'm gonna say that having claws gives you 1 use, by the way. I feel the Pokemon shape hole in my heart with a coffee shake. Good to hear. Yo, you getting a shake? Where you get a shake from? Yo, where you get a shake from? How come you get a shake? I didn't get a shake. I didn't get no shakes. I feel confident in saying light legs gives you speed. Light legs give you speed and they give you 2 run. Perhaps a run and a jump? Yo, you went to the restaurant across the street? Damn. Fancy. I'm thinking that, like, the mental image for light legs is an ostrich. They jump, they run. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We established that tentacles are partially swim, and they're also partially repel. That makes sense to me. Do tentacles give you speed? I don't think so. Tentacles are creepy. Do they give you a main status? Evasion? I get evasion would make sense. You're like a wriggly little guy. You wriggle yourself out of problems. Okay. Squids are quite quick underwater. Yup, for sure. Also, babe, my legs feel pretty good. Just very itchy. Hell yeah. Speaking of legs, my wife's legs. Kitty got her injection. Double injections yesterday, and normally she gets side effects, but apparently everything's good this time. Claws give you a little... You know what? Claws are also used for digging. You get a little bit of dig, a little bit of use. I feel like creatures that have paws have larger bodies, so you get HP, buddy. There you go. Creatures with talons have what? I don't think creatures with talons have, like, better bodies. They probably get 2 skills. Repel. Nothing repels creatures like having big old, like, scythes for hands. Looking at you, Scyther. And what? Not sneak, for sure. You don't get climb either. That's kind of weird. To repel? I mean, no one else has to repel on here. So what I'm saying is that, like, if you have scales and talons, essentially you get +4 to repel right off the bat, which is kind of dope. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Scythe, thinking about our boyfriend. Kitty, how dare you? Do not talk about him. I cannot handle thinking about him. Our boyfriend in the video game, the 100 line, boy with scythe. Don't talk about him. Don't say anything about him. I don't want to think about him. Hoofs and heavy legs, man. I feel like creatures with hooves, namely horses, are known to be fast. Scizor. Gotta love some Scizors, man. Scizor is cooler than Scyther, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the one. It's the meme of, like, that's not what I'm called. That's not my name. Okay, does anybody have 2 run, by the way? No? Congratulations. If you have hooves, you're a runner, by the way. You know what? I'm gonna give you 1 run, 1 climb for all of the freaky goats out there, by the way. So heavy legs. I think heavy legs, like a goddamn... I'm thinking an elephant gives you defense. You get defense and you get crushed. There you go. Done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And pincers, that's sharp, baby. Sharpened defense feels so broken, by the way. But that's life. That's life. It's the defense and sharpness. There we go. What else? What else? What else? Appendages. Do we agree that tails are part of the appendages, by the way? I don't know. Tails are more of like a bonus trait that some creatures have. Also, claws, talons, paws, graspers, webbed feet, fins, hooves, heavy legs, light legs, tentacles, and pincers. Is there another kind of weirdo limbs in nature that I'm forgetting about? Now, I want to make it clear that not all Sadamon will get benefits from all of these. Depending on their body type, they may not get an appendages. They might get a bonus or something else to make up for that instead. So, you know, keep that in mind. I can't think of anything else that wouldn't be, like, super weirdo. So moving on to appendages then. The rest of appendages, which is types of tails, honestly. So... short tail. What does a short tail give you, Maxi? Spider legs are weird. They are weird. I think spiders wouldn't get a bonus from appendages. They're not unique enough. Unless you want to give them light legs, I guess. Speed, run, and jump. Things that spiders are known to do. So, I don't know. There's room in there. As for other appendages, thick tail. I'm putting thick tail first. Because this is literally what the blue skink has. And what is that? HP, baby. HP and crush. You have a thick tail, you crush with it, you have more health. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Siska says, easy. 8 legs and up, and you get the web move for free. You're not inherently wrong. Kitty says, don't talk to me about jumping spiders. I will light the stream on fire. Got him. I'm mostly joking. I'm happy you're joking because, like, centipedes should not have web for free. Centipedes should pay for internet like the rest of us. The spider silk comes from their butts. Oh yeah, I'm making the insect thorax is gonna be part of the tails, by the way. I am not looking up silkworms right now. Maybe later. The timer's gonna go off in 10 seconds, by the way. Get ready for that. Thick tail. Bees breathe using their butts, I think. I think I've seen that. I've seen... Is that why their butts do what they do? That's weird. Does that mean that when a spider bites you, they're just giving you a very prolonged kiss?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thick tail. Thick tail. Long tail. What does a long tail do? I think a long tail gives you, serves the purpose of giving you, more, leverage for, jumping? Gives you more balance. You can do more balancey things like jumping and climbing. You know, cats have this. Squirrels have this. Makes sense. To me, this makes sense. By the way, I am ignoring the break for 5 minutes because we're going to do dailies, okay? In 5 minutes, we're going to start doing dailies, so please look forward to that. Thick tail, long tail. I don't want to make traits for things that are not outstanding, by the way. So I'm like, you know, if the tail of your creature is not particularly interesting, like a hamster tail, you just don't get that particular bonus. You get a bonus from a different list, okay? If that makes no sense, don't worry. It makes sense in my head, and that's all that matters. Because as long as it makes sense in my head, it ends up in the book, and I'll explain it so you can get it too. There you go. Fluffy tail? I don't know how to explain. You know what? Just put fluffy tail in there. Maxi, why is there fluffy tail? Are you telling me there's a possibility that my crocodile has a fluffy tail? No. I'm gonna grab all of these individual guys and I'm gonna put them in lists for each individual zodiac. That's the way we're gonna do it. So fluffy tail will most likely be only in the mammals, because to me that makes sense. Now, what does a fluffy tail do? It's 2 play, baby. You get 2 play, and larger tail means healthier body, HP. Grasshoppers have very interesting butts, says Hans. Fun fact: on the original document, one body type that's not present in the body type list is grasshoppers. Because fuck grasshoppers. Fuck those guys. All my homies hate grasshoppers. Grasshoppers are gross. Fluffy prehensile tail, of course. Prehensile tail gives you 2 use. And what? Crush with that prehensile tail? I don't think so. I feel comfortable saying that if you have a prehensile tail, you just have more HP. More evasion? You're hard to hit because your tail can like get in the way. Is that perhaps it can't be the fence, man. It can't be the fence. Oh, this is so weird because I'm a grasshopper enjoyer, says Hans. You know what? Someone's gotta. What does a prehensile tail give you? It shouldn't be sharp or crush or blast. Locust can also be eaten. That is true. It's gross, but it is true. I'm gonna assume that a nice healthy tail just gives you HP. Let's just go with that for now. Reach, is that a thing? No. It isn't a thing yet. Weapon tail. I think instead of weapon tail, it's just gonna do bladed tail and bone crushing tail. I'm awake. Hi, Noms. Welcome in. We're wrapping up the creature creation part of the stream. Sharp tail and hard tail. Sharp Tail gives you Sharp. Hardtail gives you Crush. I know, surprising nobody. Hardtail will also give you Crush. I don't know. It feels a little bit crazy to give all these bonuses to these guys. Would a Sharp Tail give you a bonus to Dig, perhaps? Dig and Repel? That kind of makes sense to me. Let's go with that for now. What about a Hardtail? What bonuses does a Hardtail give you? It probably will be Defense and Crush. I hate it, but like it just makes sense, honestly. Glavenus doesn't dig, he just Slash. He could dig though. Shocktail, like the hit movie starring Will Smith. How dare you? How dare you invoke him in my presence? Projectile Blast Tail. You know what? Blast Tail has got to be in there. Is the only way to get Blast starting up. It's a tail that can fire a projectile. Oh my god. Hi Nomia. What's up? Does Nomia have a core memory about Shocktail? Blast gives you Blast. That's incredible. Wow, Nomia really is the main character. Nomia's favorite band is coming back on literally their number. Kitty says, I actually watched Shocktail in theaters. My poor dad. Oh no. Could you imagine taking your family to see a bad movie? I could never. Blast-tail, what? You know what, Blast-tail, you get the rare option of generating life from your tail. And what? I feel, you know what? Let's go with Lure. Let's go with Lure. Light and Lure. The rare skills go on this, okay? Maybe just too light, honestly. That's also perfect. No, one of each. I keep changing my mind. Why? Because surprise, I don't know what I'm doing. Big head, little head. We're gonna ignore these for now. What are other easy ones that we can wrap up in like 2 seconds? Probably none, huh? Well, there's a couple of like traits here that I want to just put in here. Just like, you know. If your creature has the runner perk, by the way, you gain speed, and guess what? You gain to run, for a fun fact. If you have the climber, I should probably just copy all of you, honestly. If you gain the climber, guess what? You get 2 climb, by the way. And do climbers have higher speed? Probably not. I'm gonna say things that are able to climb are also able to crush things with their hands. Climber? I hardly know her. Jumpers get double jump, by the way. And they also gain evasion because they can jump out of the way. Diggers get 2 dig, by the way. You know, I am saying she's a digger type state I'm on. But I'm just saying she's got a +2 bonus to dig. What do diggers have? It probably is sharp, honestly. This is having the digger trait is very powerful. I'm gonna give you HP instead, honestly. But climber gets it. No, you know what? Sharp it is. You know what? It makes sense. In order to dig, you need to have a sharp parts of you. Let's just do that. What are nimble boyos? Nimble boyos get a little bit of both, by the way. They jump, they run, and they get speed. Now, wall climbers, tell me if you have seen this one before, by the way. Although, what's different between a wall crawler and a climber? I guess a wall crawler is specifically for insects. That song is cursed in so many ways. It is. It is cursed in so many ways. You know what? We're gonna do this, okay? Tree climber. I think wall crawlers, ooh, they get evasion speed. Let's put evasion on them. Because it turns out hitting things when they're on the wall is relatively harder. So the difference, by the way, ooh, tree climbers get a little bit of jump and a little bit of climb, because you do in fact have to, you know what, actually? Tree climber, wall crawler, rock climber. There you go. 2 different ones. This one gives you crush. This one gives you climb and climb. There you go. It's dailies and break time. You are so correct, my love. Let me just double check that I'm not missing anything. But what about Diver Diva? Deep Diver. Deep Divers, by the way, have bigger bodies. They get HP. They also get a bonus to sensing their environments and swim. There's also fast swimmer. Diver Diva mentioned. I knew that would combo break Kitty enough to get. Let me finish this. Swim. Fast swimmers get speed and swim. By the way. Shoutouts to one of my favorite characters from Magical Girl Racing Project, Swim. Maxi, what are you talking about? Don't worry about it, okay? I miss Swim. I don't. I'm kidding. That was a good novel. Anyways, so I'm gonna go on break very quickly. I'm gonna go get some more water for my... what do rock skinks get for swimming? Plus drowning? That's pretty good. I'm gonna do a quick little bio break and also get some water. I'll be right back, and then we'll do dailies, okay? Be right back. Don't go nowhere. Alright! Sorry for the delay, fellas. I wanted to go get some water and take a little bio break. I'm sure, I know none of you mind, because you're all very, very sweet people. Anyways, let's jump right back in at the count of 3, 2, 1. Boop! Alright! Hello. Welcome to... Dailies. The segment of the stream where we do games we can only do today. Starting with Quirtle, which is 4 Wordles at once, because it's the only way that I can feel anything anymore. Where we boopin', lads? There you go. Alright, I don't need the timer anymore. So I'm gonna just hide the timer for now, because I don't need it. So welcome to Quirtle. I always open with Rogue and Satin for reasons that will become obvious when I finally release that book. And we have not a lot. Let me follow with Blimp. That is unrelated to my upcoming book. ALMPE. We have the Keys to the Kingdom here. Ample? No. It can't be Ample because the A goes there. Yo! Hell yeah, I said Maple? It's Maple, isn't it? It is Maple. Shoutouts to Bingo! Dale and Hans, who got that, by the way. Yeah, we should add a blimp to the second Satin book when we get there. SAE R-O-E. It's probably a double O, maybe. R-P-U-E. Rupee. Rupee. So, perhaps prune? Is the N gone? The N is gone. Prude? Let's try prude. It is not prude. I guess I would have known because the E is not at the end. So, per something? Or perhaps puree? Not puree. Pured? Puri? Purse? It's not purse. The S is only on the top right corner. There's a D here. Doers? That's dumb. Purer? Oh, it's probably purer. It was purer. Good call, kitty.
Bingo!
Alright, so we have 3 guesses for 2 words, by the way. And I legitimately, so it's S. It has got to be S-A-E. State? Shake? Shake? It was shake.
Bingo!
Alright, so this leaves us with 2 guesses for 1 more. Snake was a good guess, but the N was already gone by now. So, we have an O, a D, and an E. Odette. I'm gonna... Ode, yeah, just Ode. Me and Ronnie were on the same brain. It's so true. So... Coded? It's not O because the O is no single in position 2. Maybe the O goes first. Oh, Ode? Owed? Oweed? What are we looking at? It's there's not a lot of double combos anymore. There's literally no combos. What if it ends in Y? What if it's EY? It's not gooey. Dode? That's not diode. It's not, no. Cody. Cody Fox. I say it like Piora. You're an appliance. Dio Brando, thank you. Dio Brando. The E can't be second to last. You're so right. Then what is the ending then? It has to end in Y then. So like FY, DY. Oh, the D can't go in there. It's not... What is this word, man? Odd. E-odd. C-odd, phenod, D-odd, wad, jod, xod. This is weird. It could be phi. But then what is the beginning, though? Deophi? Deophi? Weodify? I think the best course of action, since we have 2 guesses, is to scout for a bunch of consonants and see what we get. So probably FY. Jiffy? Jiffy is a little bit of a waste. It's gonna be super simple in it. Probably. Juicy gets us J, Y, C. We're basically wasting 2 letters. Jiffy also wastes 2 letters. Jeffy, my favorite character from Marvel Rivals, Jeffy. I don't think there's a J in here. Zodi. I am starting to get a little bit frustrated. Scout, Maxi, just scout Jiffy. Decoy? Ah, it's Decoy. You bastard! Nomiya Vikshi, you asshole. Good job. Good job, Nomiya. Nomiya, you know what, Nomiya? This is for you. You madman. Nomiya Vikshi just woke up and got the most brain cells out of this whole group, by the way. This is Black and White 2, by the way. Welcome to Guess the Game, where we guess the game by guessing the game. This is Black and White 2, by the way. No, I said 2. It's not Black and White. What is this? What is this? It doesn't look like Pokemon. You thought it was a blurry crocodile? No, that's a bridge, baby. Clash of Clans? No. Who is this guy? The structures are way too big. Makes me think this is a... Is this Age of Mythology? No way. This doesn't look like that at all. Give me one skip. Oh, this is a Xbox 360 JRPG. Is this Blue Dragon? No? It's game number 1102. This is an Xbox 360 JRPG that was released at the beginning of the Xbox 360 lifestyle. Cameo? You think it's Cameo? I don't think it's Cameo, but I'll put Cameo in there. Kamoe? Cameo isn't even on this list, man. It's not Blue Dragon? Is it really not? I know I already typed Blue Dragon. Was there a Tales game only on the Xbox? Because that would make sense. Tales of what? Tales of... Vesperia? Let's try Vesperia. It was Vesperia! Yo, Kitty, good call. It's the one with this boy. Wow, they really only released it on the Xbox, huh? Just to try to get that JRPG money, huh? The original release, yeah. This rendering does look like a Tales of game. Let's do the previous one just from yesterday, just for me. This is System Shock. This is System Shock. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's System Shock 2. It's not System Shock. 87. The rendering looks GameCube style. What is this? Geist? Is this Geist? It's not Geist, huh? Xbox JRPG feels wrong to me. They wanted to get Japanese people to buy the game, the console. Oh, it's Doom 3. Wow. Wow, I forgot about Doom 3. What's up with you today, Guess the Game? It's Doom 3, by the way. As soon as I saw this gun and how dark all the hallways work, I'm like, oh, this is Doom 3. See you later, Kate. Love you. Take care, friendo. That's enough of that. Let's do Pokedoku, where we do Sudoku backwards with its Pokemon. Our categories today are Hoenn, Evolved by Trade, Steel, Ghost, Grass, and Ground. Let us begin with the most specific. Evolved by Trade. Ghosts that evolve by trade, that's Gengar, baby. Grass that evolved by trade. Evolved by trade. Grass type that evolves by trade? Well, ground type is... Onyx becomes ground steel, doesn't it? And it's not ground rock. I'm gonna go with Steelix. I'm gonna just follow my heart and guess that it's Steelix. It is Steelix, okay. Gorgeist requires you to trade it? Gorgeist average, by the way. I'm gonna listen to my wife, by the way. I assume it's Gorgeist. It is Gorgeist. Holy crap. And now we go less specific, by the way. Hoenn Ghost, a ghost from Hoenn. Dude, that's Dusclops. This is a Plague Boy, by the way. Duskull is a Plague Boy through and through. A grass from Hoenn, baby, that's Ludicolo. In fact, you know what? It's actually Lotad. Siska's favorite boy, Lotad. And a ground from Hoenn is Whiscash, baby. Is Whiscash, my boy. I could have also done Flygon, Trapinch, Scaravia. There were a lot I could have gone for, okay? Now, Steel, all of these guys. Steel Ghost, I feel like it's just Honech. So you go in there. Steel Grass, that's Pharaoh Seed, baby. Pharaoh Thorn, even. And Steel Ground, I would have assumed that was Steelix. What if I just do Steelix Mega and call it a day, huh? What was the other option for that? Excadrill, Iron Threats. Oh yeah, Stunfisk Galarian form, okay. Goldango. It's just a Honech line in Goldango, huh? Interesting. And for Steel Grass, it's Kartana and Ferrothorn family, okay. Welcome, Scarovia. You must defeat the dread vampire Scrad. Alolan Ductrio is in fact Steel, by the way. Groudon, Camerupt, Nincada. Oh, Nincada is so weird. It is a ground boy. Vibrava, Vibrava, Claydol, Marshtomp. A bunch of them. Oh, Rhyperior also evolves by trade. There's only 2 grass boys that evolve by trade, by the way. And I guess Dusknoir also evolves by trade, huh? Interesting. Lastly, welcome to GameDoll.wtf, where we guess the game by guessing the game. Can I guess the game by guessing the cover of the game? This is Guilty Gear, by the way. This is Guilty Gear. Let's go with the original Guilty Gear. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. You think I wouldn't recognize this girl and the top face of Anime Boy over here? You think I wouldn't recognize president of whatever country he's president of? You think I wouldn't recognize Soul Bad Guy? Come on now. So much hairspray? You know it. Can I guess a game by looking at the artwork? Oh, by the way, I want to let you know, by the way, that my good friend, Ronnie, is streaming later today. This is not a fighting game. This is an indie game about building or gathering. I'm not 100% sure. The rendering is very lovely. I'm gonna give me one skip. This is not Jet Set Radio. This is way too, or Jet Grind Radio. This is way too, it's not colorful enough, by the way. It gives me Pokemon vibes, it does. This is a fighting game. People don't wear jackets with sleeves like this if it's not a fighting game. What fighting game is this? What? This is not a Street Fighter. Even though this guy looks like he's what's the name? Guile's friend who wears glasses. Nash? No, Nash is the bad form of him. Whatever, that guy. Is this Street Fighter 6? No, this is Street Fighter 3rd Impact. God damn it. It's Third Strike. It's Third Strike. It's not Third Strike. All Guilty Gear, baby? I don't think this is... Who the hell are you? Guilty Gear? This is not Guilty Gear. This is Soul Calibur. Oh my god. Soul Calibur. This is Soul Calibur. Let's go with the first one. It's not Soul Calibur. I thought you were... Song Mina. Who are you guys? It ends with a T for sure. Look at the letters. It's something... Fellas, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what this is. Astral Ascent. What are you? Live on Kickstarter, okay. Okay. Not a beat 'em up, perhaps? A beat 'em up of sorts, perhaps? Okay. Literally, not what I thought it would be. Moving on, can I guess a game by looking at the keywords? Minigames, permadeath, platformer, and new gods. A platformer with permadeath. Is that, to me, tells me that that's a roguelike. New gods is interesting. Minigames? Permadeath? Minigames is a weird thing to put in there. A platformer? Okay, I was thinking Cult of the Lamb, but that is not a platformer at all. Give me one skip. Pixel art, dance club, boss fights, bullet hell. Okay. Platformer with bullet hell options? This could be a Spelunky. Spelunky 2? Dark comedy, arcade vibe, egg hatching, pet companions. Egg hatching? Wait, is this... No, it can't be permadeath. Unless they mean like old style games had permadeath. Or is it escape the dungeon? No. It is definitely Infinity Nikki. It's not even on here. Infinity Nikki, more like a finite Nikki because she is not here. Boss fights, bullet hell, dance club, pixel art. Yeah, why would it be Nikki? It's pixel art, dark comedy. Maybe this is like the egg hatching is throwing me off, man. Item stacking, synergy system, crazy power-ups, dungeon crawler. Is this Isaac? But there's no egg hatching in Isaac. What are you talking about? This is clearly a game in the ilk of The Binding of Isaac. Give me one more skip. We gotta get out of here, okay? Synthwave music, weapon upgrades, room-based map, fast-paced action. Is this The Binding of Isaac? Is this The Binding of Isaac Rebirth? Oh, it's Neon Abyss. Okay. Okay. I've never played this game, but I would recognize this cover any day of the week, so that's a win. And lastly, I have 5 minutes. I love Ronnie being like, who? I have 5 minutes to guess the game by guessing the game. In honor of my wife, I always open with Nier Replicant. It's a game after 2010. It's not a JRPG. Why do you do this to me? That's so funny. So it's not Square Enix. It's not third-person side view or text. It is not fantasy, science fiction, open world drama. Is it Gran Turismo 7? At this point, I have to start with a car, I think. It is a game after 2023. It's a sports or racing game. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna stick to this pose for the time being, if you don't mind me. A driving game. What about Nightmare Kart? Nightmare Racing? Nope. Motorfest. The Crew Motorfest. It's okay. It's a simulation or sports game. I'm gonna go with a simulation game. A simulation game from recent era with multiplayer though. What, like Planet Zoo? No. Oh wow, I thought it came out recently. Holy crap, I'm dumb. Insoi? It's probably Insoi. I thought it was Insoi. I didn't want to put Insoi in there. It's not Insoi. It is 2025 multiplayer single player simulation. A simulation game from 2025. Oh, is it Civ 7? Oh no, not Civ 7. I think Dale has it though. I think it's Civ 7. It is Civ 7. Hot damn. Props to Dale for getting this one, by the way. And there we go, fellas. That's it. Let's freaking go, by the way. Let me hit Dale with one of these, by the way. Twitch.tv/Moontomes. Twitch.tv/Moontomes is the place to be. When did the captions break, by the way? Let me fix that. There we go. Ronnie is live today playing Stardew Valley. What if we were slime? Would you like yellow? If you were slime, would you like yellow? Incredible. I'm gonna hit Ronnie with a couple kissing emojis. There you go. Get got, son. GN. Fellas, my good friend Ronnie is streaming today. Fellas, thank you for joining me today. The next time we meet, the monster generation system will most likely be done, and next week, if everything permits, we will roll up some creatures and create the starter set creatures for the multiplayer beta that I'll be releasing of Sadamon. Please stay tuned for that. And with that, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. My friend Ronnie is streaming today. Please go check them out. And don't forget that you can support the stream by leaving a like. It actually helps a lot. Do me a big favor, and if you haven't already, leave the like. And when the stream goes up, leave a 5-star review as a comment for shits and giggles. I'm out. I will be back on Thursday playing Dark Souls 3 with Siska and Plaguesworth. Please stay tuned for that. And I'm out of here. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Please hydrate. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Beep boop.
Wonderful.